Hey there, I'm Jama, and over the past few years, I've become very interested in onomatology, the study of names. I never really liked my name until I researched the meaning of it. My name means paradigm shifter, and I'd like to shift your paradigm by shining a light on onomatology and how it can potentially help you find your purpose, help you communicate better with others, or even both. In each episode, I ask someone 8 basic questions regarding their name that focuses on onomatology. So sit back, relax, and try to shift your paradigm with this next episode. All right, so on today's podcast episode, I have my friend and coworker, Hanah. So welcome to the podcast.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm really kind of looking forward to chatting about all this with you.
Yeah, for sure. And I love your name because it is beautiful. And it's actually, I feel like it's a common name, but not really because of
Mhm.
the way that you spell it and pronounce it.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
how do you spell your legal first name?
Hanah is spelled Hanah.
Okay.
So a little bit different than like what people traditionally kind of see Hannah, the double
Mhm.
N, which is always something I'm battling against. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good fun change.
Yeah, for sure. I know. I messed it up. So I'm I'm so sorry.
You're
It's like
good. I
crap.
was saying it's I like to blame autocorrect more often than not, that it's not like an
Yeah.
intentional thing. Just
Yeah, for
autocorrect
sure.
doesn't understand HANA at the end of the
Yeah.
day. It's totally
Well, and
okay.
yeah, you're the only Hana that I know. Do you know any other Hanas?
No, well, I think I've seen like HANA's like HANA, yeah, HANA. Yeah. The
Hmm.
HANA without the H at the end, basically. I've
Hmm.
seen it. I've never met one, but I've kind of seen the name floating around a little bit. So,
Gotcha. Well, and I looked up the meaning of Hana with one N and two N's, and it's the same meaning. So
okay.
that's cool. Did you know what the meaning was?
No, I think I've heard kind of different iterations or, in different languages what my name. Like I've seen, I think, like in the Hawaiian culture or Polynesian culture, that I think it's beautiful flower. I've seen some languages where like it translates to ear or nose or something like that, but like I've never
Oh,
seen like what it means per se. So
really?
yeah,
Interesting.
just to see what it is.
Yeah, it's a Hebrew name and it means favor or grace. So
Oh.
it's very beautiful. It has a beautiful
Oh,
definition.
I like to think that I have good favor in my life. I don't know that I necessarily have a lot of grace,
Yeah.
but maybe it's aspirational. I like that.
Yes. Part of my theory in the meaning of names is if you don't feel like it describes you, then maybe it's like a goal that you could reach. Or it could be like in the opposite regard, like a warning sign if it's like a negative thing. But yours is a good thing. So,
Right. I was gonna say, that's good to know. That's really cool to know. I was say,
yeah.
I think when you kind of learn those sort of things, it's interesting. I guess like the lens then that you can kind of take on your life of like, okay, like this is what my name means.
Yeah.
Maybe these are the ways I needed to like shift my perspective on the way that like I'm interacting or doing things in my life because that's what my
Mhm.
name kind of holds behind it. So that's cool.
Yeah. For me personally, and that's kind of the reason why I started this podcast was because when I truly understood the actual meaning of my name, like I thought it meant something else for a really long time. And then I found out that it meant paradigm shifter. And it was kind of like, it just like, I felt like I could see and understand so clearly why I act the way that I do, why I'm so analytical, why I'm good at like shifting my perspective and seeing things from all sides of the
Yeah.
situation. And I was like, this makes so much sense. Like maybe this might help someone else. I don't know.
All
So,
right. Interesting though, too, because like I don't think it's not only that like you're able to shift your paradigm. I think you're a really great like shifter of paradigms of like
hmm,
helping people see other perspectives. So I think it's not only like what you can do, I know, like for yourself, but how are you influencing people around you too? So I think like
yeah.
that's a kind of interesting take to think about what your name means and maybe like
Mhm.
what you can give to people too. from
Yeah.
the value of your name. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's like a superpower sort of.
Right?
Yeah.
I love that. That's cool.
Yeah. I like it. Well, and so do you like the meaning favor or grace?
I would say, I think, yeah, I think, I think it's cool to kind of, have that perspective or, understand what that meaning of my name is. I mean, I could go either way, I guess, but it is pretty cool to know that like that's the root of kind of where my name comes from and what it means.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. That's cool. And did you have a conversation with either of your parents about what the like why they chose Hannah?
So my where my parents got my name is actually a pretty funny story. Um, Before my parents ever had kids, my mom was shopping in a grocery store, and there was a lady there in the store with her daughter, and she said the name Hannah, and my mom had never heard it before.
Hmm.
Um, and so I think she kind of, put it as a mental note, one day I'm going to have kids and I really want to use this name. So she had my older brother, his name's Nathan. I have my older sister who's Kristen, and she kind of forgot about the name. And then she kind of joked, she's like, so then I knew I had to have one more because I needed to use this name that I had forgotten about but really wanted to use.
Oh,
Um,
that's
yeah, so
cool.
that's how I got my name. And so I think when I think about my name, it's like I was kind of always supposed to have it because when I think about who I
Yeah.
am and my name and everything that's kind of like influenced in my life because I have the name that I do and it is a
Yeah.
little bit less traditional. I think it's kind of cool that I'm like, oh, my older sister could have had it, but it was me who got it. And I am the way
Yeah.
I am a little bit because of like what my name is. So it's kind of cool.
That's cool. I like that because I can see some things in my life that resonate when you said that because my mom, she had a friend and they named their daughter Jama and they thought it was beautiful. So she kept that and decided to name me that. And my older sister's name's Kristen. So that's really weird. I
Oh, yeah.
was like, oh, that's so weird. Chill.
Right? And it's like kind of more traditional names versus like a little bit kind of,
Yeah.
you don't find the little license plate with your name typically or whatever,
No,
whenever you
you don't.
go to go tourist spots or whatever, right? And so
Right.
it's funny too, because my little sister's name is Aislinn, so very different as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
So my mom kind of went a little bit fun on the back half, but I think that's when I think about my sister and I, we're both so just like ourselves and like very
Hmm.
confident who we are because like we did have non-traditional names and growing up you don't have a traditional name.
Yeah.
It's a little harder, right? Because like people can't pronounce it right or they spell it wrong or they're like what is that name.
Yeah,
So you kind of have to like be pretty confident in who you are when you have a less traditional name. So
that's
that's
true.
something I've kind of always loved about my name is it's taught me to like kind of speak up for myself a little bit. Like I always joke that you know, having like a name that's a little bit less traditional has taught me to like speak up for myself and like it's
Hmm.
okay to like correct people because I am
Yeah.
kind of naturally a little bit shy. So I think it's kind of
Hmm.
pushed me out of my boundaries a little bit to like pipe up and be like, hey, that's not how you say my name or that's not how you spell my name. Like,
Yeah.
so it's kind of cool.
Yeah. Most of the people that I've interviewed that have more unique names, they seem as though they are more confident in who they are and they have more peace in who they are versus when they were younger and
Mhm.
how they kind of had to grow into that. And I
Yeah.
think that's interesting.
Yeah, I would say it's definitely you kind of have to learn to be confident in yourself. And you're like, it's okay that I don't have a name like everyone else. And
Yeah.
almost like, kind of like you said, it's like it's a little bit like a superpower of you're like, okay, like it's okay that I'm different and like accepting that you're a little bit different than everyone else because you don't have a traditional name.
Yeah, definitely. And that kind of makes me think of when I was sitting in a webinar recently and it was talking about they were talking about like hard times and stress and how actually even though it sucks to have stress and it sucks to be in a difficult season of life, like it's necessary. Like it helps you become stronger. And people who don't have that struggle or haven't had to learn how to go through that and like be confident in who they are, like it's they're not, I feel like they're not as solidly strong. Like they could be a strong person, but like you haven't earned it, if you know what I mean. And so
Yeah,
you
like
sit in it.
you haven't got like the coping mechanisms or the coping skills or the problem solving skills that
Yeah.
maybe if you didn't go through that issue. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. When you were younger, did you ever think in your head, I don't like my name or I don't like the way it's spelled, I want to change it? Did you ever think that?
Oh my God, I hated it.
Really?
I did. And I think it, especially since my older siblings had like more traditional names,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of always was like, ugh, why do I have this name? And like, I have this weird name that no one can say and no one can spell. Like, why didn't you just given me a normal name? And you're
Yeah.
growing up and you're awkward and like weird anyways. And then I'm like, and I have this weird name. Like, everything is broken about me. And like, my name is just the cherry on top. And
Yeah.
as I say, and obviously, like, I've gotten over it. But yeah,
Yeah.
and kind of like you said, like, I think it kind of taught me to be more confident and stronger in who I was at the end of the day. So now
Yeah.
I love it. But yeah, it was definitely kind of like uh, a big story arc of my life of like getting over that my name isn't traditional and it is a little bit not run of the mill.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and if you were forced to change your name to something different, like maybe you were put in a witness protection program and you had to change your first name,
Yeah.
what would you choose and why? Would it be because of the meaning or because it looks cool or another reason?
So it's funny, I asked my husband about that as we were driving home, and I was like, what would my name be? Like, what do I look like if I'm not a Hana?
Hmm.
And he's like going through the list of these names, and like they're very just like traditional names. I was like, I'm not a Katie, I'm not a Jessica, like I'm not.
Hmm.
I think it would have to be. I don't know that I really necessarily have like a name like that I would pick out, but it would have to be a little bit kind of less traditional. Like I would still pick a less traditional name than
Yeah, that's cool.
but then I was like, well, then I guess you like aren't doing a good job of like blending in the witness protection program if you have like this non-traditional like name that doesn't kind of like blend in. So I was like, what would my traditional name be? And I don't know. I would say it's so
Mhm.
hard to kind of like think about it now where like I was like, oh, I'm always a Hana. There's no way I could do anything else, I guess. So
It's
I guess
okay.
I'm out. I can't be in the witness protection program.
A lot of people say that they would choose their middle name because it's like more comfort, like they already have a comfort level with it because they've, heard it throughout their life and they've used it. And I think that would, like, what's your middle name?
So my middle name is Elise, but it's spelled Aliese. So it's like the French version of Alice.
That's
So I guess
cool.
like growing up, I did kind of like at some point I'm like, oh, like I want to go by like Allie. So like maybe I could be like an Allie and like
Yeah,
that could be kind of
I like that.
close. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
sure.
had a fun first name and kind of like a fun middle name too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful though. Hannah, you said Elise?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Hannah Elise. I like that. It like
Yeah.
flows really well.
Yeah, I was like, my mom did a great job, I'm gonna say,
Yeah.
and it works really well when she's yelling up you up the stairs to come downstairs and do whatever she wants you to do too.
Yeah, that's funny. Very cool. Well, and I think we've talked about this, but you said like your name has been mispronounced a lot. Is it still like has it been mispronounced your whole life, or can you think of
Oh, yeah.
like was it just kind of like when you were younger?
Um, I think I would say people still get it wrong, and
Yeah.
I think even for me, so like when I like started at my job that I have now, it was like this whole kind of like, oh no, like I don't know any of these people, and I'm gonna have to sit there and correct them left and right. I'm like, no, but that's okay. Like that's a like almost um like humanizing a little bit of like, okay,
Yeah.
like everyone makes mistakes and that's totally okay. And like
Hmm.
I think as I've gotten older, I've been able to like kind of correct people with a little bit more grace because like I think at
Mhm.
some point I was like, oh my gosh, why can you not say my name right? Or why can't you spell my name right? And I used to be like
Yeah.
offended by it. But I think at the end of the day, like people are human and they're gonna make mistakes on it and like
Yeah.
come to accept it. And it's okay. I don't mind
Yeah.
correcting people.
That's
It's a little
cool.
different. It's okay.
Yeah. I feel like we're similar in that regard because growing up, like teachers on the first day of school would always mispronounce my
Oh,
name.
it's the
Like
worst day,
Jamie,
right?
worst day. I know. I was like, let me just say my name, please, before you like for some reason mispronounce it.
Tammy.
Yeah. And so I'm just like, yeah, it frustrated me at first, and now it doesn't frustrate me if it happens. I just kind of like, oh, it's okay. Like,
Yeah.
it is what it is, but I
Hmm.
will correct you. I will let you
Right.
know.
Yeah. Okay. Nope, that is not my name. I would say the only
Yeah.
time I get mad about it now is when it's like continuous. When you like still call me
Yeah.
Hannah, or you're
Yeah.
like you still spell it wrong. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I try to be nice the first time. I don't know that I
Yep.
think I don't know that I can have grace in this
Right.
situation.
You, you should try to embody your name then.
I gotta embody my name
Help
more when I
me.
correct people, huh?
That's too funny. Too funny. Okay. So this is my favorite question, second to last one. Do you think that the meaning of your name, favor or grace, has any relevance on like the way that you act or see the world around you? And you can say no, or if yes, how?
I guess thinking about it, I am generally like kind of like a optimistic person. I mean, I'm a realist at the end of the day, but I'm generally kind of optimistic. So I guess when I think about like my name meaning favor, I'm like, oh, okay, well that kind of makes sense that like I look upon life with like favor or like kind of like we were talking about earlier, where like, tough things happen to you, but like at the end of the day, like there's a lesson from it and you grow from it. So like I think I look at life a lot like that of like, hey, there's still kind of a bright side of whatever like situation you're going through. So I suppose like, yeah, I do kind of look at like the good things in life and the favor and the grace of life and try to embrace that more often than like the negativity that like I could if I really
Yeah,
wanted to. Yeah.
yeah. And not to put you on the spot really, but like, have you thought about throughout your life, have you had moments where you thought like, oh wow, like somebody extended a lot of grace towards me, or I was so lucky or fortunate, like that
Oh
this
yeah.
happened this way. Like
Oh yeah.
stuff
All
happened
the
like
time.
that to you a
Where
lot?
like, yeah, where I'm like, I'm not good enough for something, or like I don't deserve something, or like I don't deserve a friendship or something like that. And that's probably like the little negative voice in your head who kind of picks on you. But yeah, I honestly I think there's a lot of things in my life where I look back on it and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so lucky that like this happened the way it did. And like that I've
Oh,
been blessed with, the way situations kind of ended up panning out at the end of the day. So
yeah.
I say, yeah, I think there's been like, a lot of kind of grace and good things that have happened in my life that like I don't know that I've ever felt like I maybe deserved all the time. So
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, and in working with you, you're always so like nice and kind and gracious with, me helping you and you embody graciousness.
okay. Okay, good. I was like, maybe I was like, maybe it's not graceful, it's just grace. Okay. Because I'm not graceful. I'll tell you that
No.
much.
No, it's all good. Um, so anything else to add to that before we move to the last question?
Um, no, I think it's kind of, yeah. I'm really lucky in my life. So I guess like
Yeah.
my name does have a lot of kind of overarching influence in my life that I haven't necessarily like thought
Yeah.
about. But it's kind of
Yeah.
cool to think about and I don't know. Yeah, see where like in the future maybe.
Yeah.
Um, what like that name can kind of really take on, or what the meaning of my name can kind of take on. That's cool.
Yeah. And I kind of think of it as I mean, I love psychology. Before I majored in business, I wanted to major in psychology. I thought it was just such a neat
Mhm.
thing to study why people do the things that they do. Are there theories and methods and what makes you more effective versus not? And I I still have some theories that I really want to write out and test, but I kind of do like to encourage people that once you know the meaning of your name, like try to it's not manipulation, I don't think. It's almost like a disc assessment, if you will, where you try to like think of like, okay, well, how can I use the meaning of my name to make myself more effective with people that I interact with?
Oh, yeah.
And I would like encourage you to like see how, I'm sure you extend grace to a lot of people that you interact with, but it might make your conversations more effective. I don't know. And I always do that like with my family members too. So I'm like Jake, my son, he's a protector. So I'm like, see, think about how you can be more protective in this situation. And he's like,
Oh,
yeah, this is
yeah.
like so powerful. So just like another way to look at it.
Give me
So
some homework. I love it. I'm
yeah.
down.
Okay. For sure. All right. Well, the last question is, and it's totally regardless of if you're religious or not, you can have any religious preferences. I've interviewed so many people, like, from very Christian to atheist and Buddhist. So I love this question. I like to hear all answers. So I was curious, like, I think it's funny that the Bible is the best-selling book of all time. And so I'm thinking there's got to be something there. And actually, there's like multiple people who have changed. It's where it mentions that they changed their name. And so I was like, why would it even mention that their name was changed? And so I was curious, like, what your thoughts of like why that would be mentioned in the book.
I think it kind of goes back to like the root of, this whole podcast is, a name can mean a certain thing. And I think like I grew up religious. I'm not anymore, but I think, a lot of those stories in the Bible are people transforming or people changing or, something happening and completely influencing their life to go into a completely different direction. I think
Yeah.
that's probably like why those names change, right? Is that like it's almost like a fresh page or it as a representation of how they changed or embraced whatever change has kind of happened in their life.
Yeah.
I think I would say at the end of the day, I guess, yeah, I think it's an embrace of the change or the influence of God upon their life.
Yeah,
That is has them to want to change their name. I think,
I
yeah,
totally agree. Because
yeah,
words are powerful and names are words. So,
yeah.
yeah, for sure. Very cool. Well, do you have any questions for me?
No. I'm gonna say, so how many are we at now? I was gonna say, I'm loving
You are
listening
going to
to
be
all these different
episode
names.
42.
Ah,
Yeah, so I have 42 now, and I'm hoping I'll get 100 by the end of the year. That's the goal. So,
okay.
yeah, we'll
Uh,
see if I hit
you're gonna
it.
hit. And I think like
Yeah,
I'm gonna say, I think it's really cool that you spend the time to investigate all of this and kind of, get to know the person with that meaning of the name and how
yeah,
often it, I guess, ends up being more relevant in their life than they realize. I think that's cool.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Well, I
Well,
appreciate you having me on. This is fun. Thank you.
yeah, thanks for being on. I really appreciate it.